wizards and witches to this magical mod showcase. Today, we'll be going over every single elemental spell there is in Electroblob's Wizardry, a mod that transforms Minecraft into a game full of magic. And before we get started, here's a few things to take in mind. If you're totally new at using this mod, then head over to our video in the corner and learn the basics. All the spells mentioned here will be spells that came by default, which means that I want to be featuring any type of add-on packs that add spells. With all this cleared out of the way, let's get into the video. So, the first elemental spell we have here is fire. There are 23 spells in total in the element. The first one on the list is Smoke Bomb. Smoke Bomb is a novice projectile spell which launches a smoke bomb in the direction you are pointing at. It then explodes on impact, releasing smoke and blinding nearby creatures for a short amount of time. The second one here is Ignite. It's a novice attack spell which sets the target on fire for 10 seconds. You could use it like Printed Steel as well. The third one on the list is Fire Sigil. It's an apprentice construct spell which places a magical fire trap on the ground, which damages and sets on fire the creature that triggers it. The fourth one is Flame Ray. It's an apprentice attack spell which creates a stream of flame in the direction you are pointing at. It will set on fire and continuously damage the target. The fifth one, alright, is Fireball. It's an apprentice projectile spell which launches fireballs in the direction you are pointing at. The sixth one is Firebomb. It's an apprentice projectile spell which launches a firebomb in the direction you're pointing at. It then explodes on impact, setting targets alight. The seventh one now is Pocket Furnace. It's a bit different from the rest, of course. If you're tired of having to wait for your pork chops to cook in the furnace or for your iron ore to smelt, then this spell is just your cup of tea. The Pocket Furnace is an apprentice utility spell which smelts up to 5 smeltable items in the caster's inventory. Remember, items on the hotbar will be smelted first, and this spell costs 30 mana per cast. The eighth spell is Firebolt. It's an apprentice projectile spell which allows you to shoot a jet of fire a short distance in front of you. This only sets entities on fire and not blocks. And now we're coming to the advanced fire spells. The ninth one is Summon Blaze. It's an advanced minion spell which can summon a blaze to your aid. The blaze will disappear after 30 seconds or if it is skilled. Do take note that this spell costs 40 mana per cast. The 10th spell on the list is Detonate. It's a pretty powerful spell, even for an advanced wizard. The type of spell is an advanced attack spell. It causes an explosion where you are pointing at, damaging all nearby creatures, including yourself if you are too close. Every time you cast it, you'll be using up 45 mana. The 11th spell next is Flaming Weapon. It temporarily makes the first weapon on your hotbar with the power of flame, causing it to fire its victims. The magic, however, wears off after 45 seconds. It's kinda like using Fire Aspect. The 12th spell is Disintegration. It's an advanced attack spell which costs 35 mana. It's a powerful spell which shoots out a powerful bolt of flame a short distance in front of you, which causes targets to explode into burning embers when killed. The 13th spell is Greater Fireball. It's an advanced projectile spell which only costs 20 mana. What it does is that it launches a larger fireball in the direction you're pointing at, which explodes on impact. This will set everything else on fire except blocks. The 14th spell is Fire Skin. It's an advanced defense spell which cloaks the caster in flames for 30 seconds, causing anything that attacks you to catch on fire. It costs 40 mana per cast. The 15th spell is Combustion Rune. It's an advanced construct spell which costs 30 mana. Once cast, a magical landmine will be placed on the ground where you're pointing at, which explodes when stepped on. The 16th spell is Fire Resistant. It's an advanced defense spell which only costs 20 mana. It, of course, grants you fire resistance for 30 seconds. The 17th spell is Ring of Fire. It's an advanced construct spell which costs 30 mana. It creates a ring of fire around the caster, damaging all nearby enemies and setting them on fire. The 18th spell is Flaming Axe. It's an advanced utility spell which costs 45 mana per cast. It simply but effectively creates a flaming axe which sets enemies on fire when hit. This item only lasts for 30 seconds. Now let's head on to the 19th fire spell, which of course is a master spell. It's called Meteor. It's a master attack spell and it costs 100 mana per cast. It does exactly what it says. When cast, a large meteorite will fall down onto the target. Not only does Electroblob go out of his way to make spells detailed, but he also makes the animations pretty epic. Flamecatcher is a master utility spell which costs 100 mana. When cast, you will get a fireball which shoots fire arrows. It's kinda like using the spell Flaming Axe, but you get a bow instead. Again, this item will only last for 30 seconds. The 21st spell is Fire Breath. It's a master attack spell, however, it costs 15 mana per second per cast. When you cast it, you will breathe out fire, setting mobs alight as well as blocks. The 22nd spell is Firestorm. It's a master attack spell which only costs 80 mana per cast. And guess what it does? When you cast that spell, fire will rain down upon you, surrounding you in flames, protecting yourself from mobs and vicious creatures. And the last of the fire spells, the 23rd one, comes down to Summon Phoenix, the best for last. It's a master minion spell and it's really costly, 150 mana per cast. When you try that spell out, a new creature will be summoned to your aid. It's a firebird, of course, called a phoenix. If you attack a creature or have a hostile mob around you, it'll take it at once with its fire breath. It reminds me of Fawkes from Harry Potter. Now let's move on to ice spells. There are exactly 23. The first one is Freeze. It's a novice attack spell which freezes the target for 10 seconds. It will also freeze water and create snow on the ground. The second one is Snowball. It's a novice projectile spell which launches the snowball you are pointing at. Basically just infinite snowballs. The third one is Frost Sigil. It's an apprentice construct spell. Once cast, you'll be able to place a magical trap on the ground, which damages and freezes the creature that triggers it. It's like the Fire Sigil, except it's just snow. The fourth spell is Ice Ball. It's an apprentice projectile spell which launches an ice ball in the direction you are pointing at. It's kinda like a snowball, but it does a lot of damage. The fifth one is Ice Tattoo. It's an apprentice attack spell. If cast, you will freeze the target solid for 20 seconds or until broken out. The target cannot move or do anything while frozen, but is impervious to all damage. The sixth spell is Frost Ray. It's an apprentice attack spell which is really similar to Flame Ray. When cast, it will create a stream of frost in the direction you're pointing at, which slowly and continuously damages the target. Now the seventh spell is Frost Barrier. It's an apprentice defense spell which creates a barricade of ice in front of the caster that shields them from the incoming attack. It lasts for 20 seconds. Again, Electroblob has outdone himself with his stunning animation and visual effects. The eighth one is Ice Shard. It's an apprentice projectile spell which fires a shard of ice in the direction you're pointing at, which damages and slows target when hit. Again, gotta love the animation. The ninth spell is Summon Snow Golem. It's an apprentice minion spell. If you cast it, it will create a snow golem that fights for you. It lasts until the snow golem eventually dies, which is actually very often. The 10th spell on the list is Ice Charge. It's an advanced projectile spell which launches an ice charge which explodes on impact, freezing nearby creatures and releasing shards in all directions. The 11th spell is Frost Step. It's an advanced utility spell which actually allows you to freeze water as you walk upon it. However, it will only last for 30 seconds and the ice behind you breaks as you go along. The 13th spell is Ice Spikes. It's an advanced attack spell which causes razor-sharp ice spikes to rise from the ground where you're pointing at, skewering any creature caught amongst them. Now, the 14th spell is Permafrost. It's an advanced alteration spell. It spreads a layer of slippery ice on the ground where you're pointing at. It's extremely cold, which causes creature to slowly take damage. The 15th spell on the ice list is Blizzard. It's an advanced construct spell. If cast, it creates a zone of swirly ice wind which slowly damages anything trapped inside. The caster is immune to the damage but is still slowed down. The 17th spell is Ice Shroud. It's an advanced defense spell which creates a shroud of cold around the caster for 30 seconds, causing anything that attacks them to freeze. The 18th spell is Frost Axe. It's an advanced utility spell which creates a frozen axe which freezes enemies when hit. The 19th spell is Summon Ice Wrath. It's an advanced minion spell. It summons an Ice Wrath to fight for you. The Ice Wrath will disappear after 30 seconds or if it is killed. It's similar to the Summon Blaze spell. It's a master attack spell which costs 70 mana. When you cast it, it'll create an ice storm in a 7-block circle radius from the point you stand on. This will also freeze any nearby creatures, making them ice tattoos. This lasts for 30 seconds. 21st spell is Wall of Frost. It's a master utility spell. It costs 15 mana per second every time you cast it. If you cast it, you'll be able to freeze whatever mob you look at. And you'll be able to make 2 ice blocks anywhere you point at. The 22nd spell is Summon Ice Giant, and it does exactly what it says. It's a master minion spell and its cost is 100 mana. When it is cast, an ice giant similar to an iron golem will appear on your side and kill any hostile mob. The last but not least of the ice spell is the 23rd, the Hailstorm. It's a master attack spell which causes large ice crystals to fall down from a certain direction from the sky to the direction you are pointing at. This is truly the most effective. Again, Electroblob has made these animations and sounds really satisfying. Now let's take a little break, shall we? And please take this time now to smash the subscribe button, turning on the notifications. Also make sure you like and share this video. Comments are open for suggestions, compliments and questions, so go on commenting. Now let's get on to Earth spells. There are 23 in total, so let's start on the first one. The first one is Dart. It's a novice projectile spell which fires a dart in the direction you're pointing, which damages and weakens its target. The second one is Mine. It's a novice utility spell. It breaks the block the caster is looking at. But what's so useful about this trick? Well, maybe it's the fact that you can break almost any block in Minecraft without having a pickaxe. And even in creative, it only costs 5 mana, which is really a sweet deal. The third spell is Leap. It's a novice utility spell. It causes the caster to jump several blocks upwards and slightly forward. It even works in water. Spell is Snare. It's a novice attack spell. When cast, a trap will be set on the ground which damages and slows the creature that triggers it. The fifth spell is Grapple. It's an apprentice utility spell. Once cast, you'll be able to shoot a magical vine which allows you to grapple towards blocks or reeling entities. Releasing the Use Item button lets go of the block or entity. The sixth spell is Bubble. It's a fun little spell, to be honest. It's an apprentice attack spell and it fires a jet of bubbles which causes anything it hits to float upwards helplessly. The target will fall after a certain amount of time or if it is damaged. The seventh spell is Growth Aura. It's an apprentice utility spell which costs 20 mana. It grows all crops near the caster. It also grows tall grass and flowers in the grass as well. The eighth spell is Sixth Sense. It's an apprentice buff spell. It's a new type of spell, but it's no different from the rest. It allows the caster to sense the locations of nearby creatures. even through walls. It makes your screen this greenish teal color, and it gives you that Lord of the Rings kind of effect when Bilbo put on the One Ring. Remember that? Well, the sixth sense lasts for 20 seconds, so you better use that spell wisely. The ninth spell is Dark Vision. It's an apprentice buff spell, and when cast, it grants you night vision for 45 seconds. So throw away those night vision potions and use this spell. The 10th spell is Whirlwind. It's an apprentice defense spell which causes the target to be blown upwards and away from you at tremendous heights. The 11th spell is Poison. It's an apprentice attack spell which fires poison in the direction you are pointing at. The 12th spell is Cobwebs. It's an advanced attack spell. It creates cobwebs where you're pointing, which greatly hampers the movement of any creature caught amongst them. The cobwebs will vanish after 20 seconds or if broken. The 13th spell is Summon Spirit Horse. It's an advanced minion spell. It summons a spirit horse for you to ride upon. The spirit horse will vanish a short while after it is dismounted, or you can dismiss it by shift right clicking on it with any wand. The 14th spell is Spider Swarm. It's an advanced minion spell. It summons a swarm of venomous spiders to fight for you. The spiders will disappear after 30 seconds or if they are killed. The 15th spell is Fangs. It's an advanced attack spell. It costs 40 mana. It summons a row of evoker fangs in front of the caster that rise from the ground, biting mobs in their path. The 16th spell will make you feel like you're not in Kansas anymore. It's Tornado. It's an advanced attack spell. It unleashes a tornado in the direction you're pointing at, which hurls anything in its path skywards. The 17th spell is Glide. It's an advanced utility spell. It allows the caster to glide downwards while in the air and hold in the use item button. It's like an Elytra, however you can only descend. The 18th spell is Water Breathing. It's an advanced buff spell and it just simply allows you, the caster, to breathe underwater for 60 seconds. The 19th spell is Slime. It's an advanced attack spell which engulfs the target in slime. It slows damage as the target, and then the slime bursts after 10 seconds. The 20th spell on the list is Forest Curse. It's a monster attack spell. When cast, you'll be able to give poison to your target for 30 seconds. The 21st spell is Earthquake. It's an advanced attack spell and it's a true master of earth magic. Whenever cast, you'll be able to create tremors in the ground, destroying everything there is around you, and killing whatever entities as well. It costs 75 mana. The 22nd spell is Flight. It's a master utility spell and it allows you to fly in survival mode. It costs 10 mana per second per cast, and the flapping noise ambience really adds to the effect. Now the 23rd spell is Forest of Thorns. It's a master construct spell which costs 100 mana. When cast, a large bush of forest thorns will surround the target where the wand is being pointed at. The 24th spell is Boulder. It's a master attack spell and it costs 125 mana. Whenever you cast the spell, a large boulder will come to your aid. It knocks anything down in the direction you casted it. You can even break blocks and kill mobs. The last of the earth spells, the 25th spell, is Silverfish Swarm. Now, silverfish can be pretty annoying, but what if you could use them to fight for you? That's exactly what this spell does. It costs 80 mana, and when cast, you'll have your own silverfish army. They'll disappear in 30 seconds whenever they are killed. And that's that for earth spells. You're now great at geomancy. But now let's take a look at Necromancy. Ready to become a necromancer? Let's go! The first spell is Mind Trick. It's a novice attack spell. It confuses the target for 15 seconds, making it unable to attack effectively. The effect, of course, will be dispelled if the target takes damage. The second spell is Summon Zombie. It's a novice minion spell which summons a zombie to fight for you. The zombie will disappear after 30 seconds or if it is killed. Now of course the zombie will burn in the daylight, but we'll get to prevent that further on in the video. The third spell is Summon Skeleton. It's an apprentice minion spell which summons a skeleton to your aid. It will disappear after 30 seconds or if it is killed, and it will burn in daylight. But again, like I said, stick around to see how to prevent that. Next on the list is Intimidate. It's an apprentice alteration spell which emits an intimidating growl. Fear-stricken creatures will recover their senses after 30 seconds or after they are attacked. The fifth spell is Wither. It's an apprentice attack spell which fires a ray of darkness and withers anything it touches. The sixth one is Reversal. It's an apprentice alteration spell and it's so different from the rest. It removes a random negative potion effect from yourself and inflicts it upon the target, which will suffer that effect for the remaining duration. The seventh one is Metamorphosis. It's an apprentice utility spell and it's quite different from the rest as well. When cast, you'll be able to change your target into another form. Remember, this only works for some creatures. For example, pigs to zombie pigmen, chickens to bats, zombies to husks, skeletons to strays or withers, and cows to mushroom cows. spell we have next is Banish. It's an apprentice attack spell and a quite useful spell indeed. It teleports whatever target you aim at against their will to a random location within a certain range. The ninth spell is Life Drain. It creates a stream of withering energy in the direction you're pointing at, which drains the life of the target and uses it to gradually regenerate your health. How sick is that? The 10th spell is Entrapment. It's an advanced attack spell. It traps the target in a sphere of darkness, which pulls it helplessly upwards and continues to damage it. It's like the spell Bubble, but it's Necromancy. The 11th spell is Decay. It's an advanced attack spell which creates a patch of decay in the ground, which infects any creature that touches it, causing lingering damage over time and spreading even more decay wherever it walks. This rule also applies to the caster as well. The 12th spell on the list is Curse of Undeath. It's an advanced alteration spell which curses the target with undeath, causing it to burn in sunlight like zombies and skeletons. It lasts until the victim dies. It has no effect, of course, on undead creatures. The next spell we have is Dragon Fireball. It's an advanced attack spell which launches an Ender Dragon Fireball in the direction you're pointing at, which releases lingering poisonous clouds on impact. The 14th spell is Mind Control. It's an advanced attack spell and I think it's by far the most coolest spell. When cast, it takes control of the target's mind for 30 seconds, causing it to switch sides and fight for you instead. But however, it will not work on creatures that are too strong-willed. The 15th spell is Darkness Orb. It's an advanced projectile spell, which fires a slow-moving bolt of dark energy in the direction you are pointing at. The 16th spell is Curse of Soul Binding. It's an advanced alteration spell which causes the target's soul to be bound to that of the caster, meaning all damage dealt to the caster is also dealt to the victim. It lasts until either the victim or the caster dies. The 17th spell is Shulker Bullet. It's an advanced projectile spell, and well, have you ever wondered what it felt like to obtain the power of shulkers? Well, when this spell is cast, you'll be able to shoot shulker bullets, which seeks targets and causes them to levitate when hit. The 18th spell is Shadow Ward. It's an advanced defense spell which creates a wall of darkness in front of the caster. It causes half of all incoming damage to be inflicted upon the attacker instead. is Withering Totem. It's an advanced construct spell. It summons a Withering Totem where you're pointing at. It slowly drains nearby creatures' health as well, and the totem will explode after 30 seconds, dealing more damage the more health it drained. So, have you ever thought about obtaining the power of the Wither? Well, the 20th spell is Wither's Skull. It's an advanced attack spell. It launches a Wither Skull in the direction you are pointing at. The 21st spell is Summon Wither Skeleton. It summons a Wither Skeleton to your aid to fight for you. It's like any other mob and it will disappear after 30 seconds or if and when it is killed. Now on the Necromancy list, we also have the 22nd spell, which is Summon Skeleton Legion. It's a master minion spell and when cast, you'll be able to have your own skeleton army. For of course 30 seconds, so if they are killed, the skeletons will be fully equipped with chainmail armor. Some might also carry bows and iron swords. The 23rd spell is Zombie Apocalypse. It's a master construct spell which opens a portal from the underworld. And from the portal, a horde of zombies of your own shall drop out. They'll disappear when they are killed or when 30 seconds has passed. The animations are pretty epic. The 24th spell is Summon Shadow Wraith. It's a master minion spell which costs 100 mana per cast. When cast, you'll be able to summon what you call a Shadow Wraith. Much like a blaze, it'll fight for you and act the same as magic companions. The 25th spell is Plague of Darkness. It's a master attack spell, and its description goes something like this. The darkness will consume all. And yeah, it will. If the Plague of Darkness is cast, you'll be able to kill your targets with a strong Wither effect in a radius. This is also so effective, especially with sheep. The 26th spell is Curse of Enfeeblement. It's a master alteration spell. Now, when you cast it at a mob, it's hard to tell what it does. But if and when you cast it on yourself, take a look at your hearts. You'll be taken down to 8 when before you had 10. This is the same for other mobs. You'll decrease your target's health 2 hearts down. And finally, we have the 27th spell, and that is Possession. It's a master alteration spell which costs 100 mana. It reads in its description, Be thy enemy. And when you cast it, as you aim at your target, you will be able to take control of your target's mind. You'll be able to move it wherever you wish. To stop possession, click left control to dismount. Epic, right? Finally, we've come to the end of Necromancy spells, and it was definitely a huge list. Take this time, guys, to smash the subscribe button because you guys are awesome, and I don't want you to miss out on any of our juiciest videos. Now let's move on to sorcery spells. The first spell we have on the list is Light. It's a novice utility spell which creates a magical point of light. It illuminates the surrounding area and lasts for 30 seconds. It's a novice utility spell. It moves an item or other small objects towards you by right-clicking the block you are looking at. It can also be used to disarm players. The third spell is Conjure Block. Have you ever found yourself in a tight spot where you really need to place block in a life and death situation, but you've not got a block in your hand? Easy. Try Conjure Block. It's a novice utility spell. When you cast Conjure Block, it conjures a spectral block where you're pointing at. The spectral block disappears after 45 seconds, or you can dispel it by casting the spell at it again. The fourth spell now is Muffle. It's a novice buff spell, which when cast, can silence any sounds made by the caster for 30 seconds. When muffled, mobs can only detect you when looking towards you. Next on the list is Imbue Weapon. It's an apprentice utility spell. It imbues the first weapon on the caster's hotbar with magic for a short while, making it more effective. Of course, the magic wears off after 45 seconds. The sixth spell is Conjure Sword. It's an apprentice utility spell. It creates a spectral sword of equal strength to that of an iron sword that lasts for 60 seconds. The seventh spell is Force Arrow. It's an apprentice projectile spell. It shoots an arrow of force in the direction you're pointing at. They are pretty much the same as normal arrows, but with a bit more strength, as you can see. So, have you ever wondered what it would feel like to have the power of an Enderman? Well, with this 8th spell, you'll be able to do just that. It's Blink. It's an apprentice utility spell which teleports the caster over a short distance to where they're pointing at. It's really nifty to get you out of a tight spot. Did you ever encounter a problem where you needed to craft something but there just wasn't any wood or crafting table nearby? Well, the 9th spell is Pocket Workbench. It's an apprentice utility spell which allows you to craft items as if they were a crafting table. Pretty handy, portable, and sweet. The 10th spell on the list is Agility. It's an apprentice buff spell which grants the caster faster movement speed and greater jumping heights for 30 seconds. This beats drinking potions for sure. The 11th spell is Divination. Whether you're in a cave or you strip mine, what concerns you more is finding ores. Well, Divination is here for you. It's an apprentice utility spell which guides you to nearby ores and resources. The 12th spell is Clairvoyance. It's an apprentice utility spell which reveals the path to a remembered location. With this spell selected, sneak right-click on a block to set the location. Cast the spell normally to reveal the path. The path will fade away after 90 seconds. Conjure Pickaxe. It's an apprentice utility spell which creates a spectral pickaxe of equal strength to that of an iron pickaxe. This of course lasts for 60 seconds. Now the 14th spell is pretty OP. What if you could control the power of Guardians? Well, think no more. The next spell is Guardian Beam, and it's an advanced attack spell. It fires a Guardian Eye Beam in the direction you're pointing at. It then damages targets and depletes the air supply underwater. So that's a pretty epic spell you can prank or troll your friends with. And it's the 15th spell called Mirage. It's an advanced alteration spell and it creates an illusion where the caster appears to be a few blocks away from the actual position, blinking around every few seconds. The illusion lasts for 20 seconds. The 16th spell is Containment. It's an advanced alteration spell which contains the target to within a short distance of its current position for 20 seconds. It's most effective tried out on other players or yourself. Next we have the 17th spell, and that is Invisibility. It's an advanced buff spell which simply makes the caster invisible for 30 seconds. There's no need for potions anymore. The 18th spell now is Spectral Pathway. It's an advanced utility spell which creates an indestructible magical bridge in front of you. It extends for 15 blocks and the bridge will vanish after 60 seconds. The 19th spell is Conjure Armor. It's an advanced defense spell which creates spectral armor around yourself, which offers the protection equal to that of iron armor. The armor will wear off in 60 seconds. However, to cast the spell, you must have an empty arm slot. Now, the 20th spell is Transportation. It's an advanced utility spell and it costs 100 mana per cast. If you try to cast it, it will say a stone circle should be remembered first. So that is why you need to obtain 8 stones of transportation first and make it into this pattern. Then right click on any of the stones with your wand, go a distance away and cast that spell. You'll be teleported back. This is super handy if you haven't got a mod like Journey Map or Waystones. The 21st spell is Force Orb. It's an advanced protector spell which launches a spear of force. It damages and repels nearby creatures on impact. Have you ever found yourself in a tough situation where you really need to get rid of pesky creatures? Well, the 22nd spell is Vex Swarm. It's an advanced minion spell which summons a swarm of flying Vexes to fight for you. The Vexes will disappear after 30 seconds or if they are killed. third spell is Arcane Lock. It's an advanced utility spell. It's supposed to create a barrier of force around a container, like a chest, protecting it from being opened or destroyed. But at first, when you cast it, it might not work. I think this is an in-game bug. Probably that's just for me. But if you face this issue, then go quite a distance away, then come back to your container. Try casting the spell now. A barrier will be created, and if you're playing on LAN or on a server, your items will be well protected. The 25th spell is Great Telekinesis. It's an advanced utility spell which allows the caster to pick up a block or creature and hold it in the air for as long as the use item button is pressed. Sneaking while holding a block or creature will also throw it a short distance away. The 26th spell is Vanishing Box. It's an advanced utility spell which grants the caster access to their ender chest storage. This surely beats having to carry an ender chest around. And here we come to the master spells. The 27th one is Arrow Rain. It's a master attack spell, and when you cast it, you'll be able to make it rain arrows. Just position your wand right at your attack and watch a stream of arrows pour down. The animations are super satisfying and the spell gets the job done right. The 28th spell is Summon Iron Golem. It's a master minion spell which allows you to have your own Iron Golem by your side. Its mana cost is 175, however, pretty costly, right? The next spell on the list is Black Hole. It's a master construct spell and it costs 150 mana. If and when you cast it, you'll be able to summon the black hole and it will suck everything in its path. For now, you'll see that it only works for mobs, but there's a ring that also allows blocks to be taken in as well. We'll also be talking about that soon, so stick around. Now, have you ever tried getting one of those wonderful time lapses without having to wait an entire Minecraft day? Well, the 30th spell is Speed Time. It's a master utility spell, and once you cast it, you'll be able to spend in-game hours like there were seconds. Plus, the animations are pretty rad. So, like Speed Time, we've got our 31st spell, and that's Slow Time. It's a master utility spell, and when you cast that, you'll get to see the world in slow-mo for 14 seconds. At some points when hurting entities, it might look glitchy, but that's just there for the effect. And now here's the last one, and that's Shockwave. It's a master attack spell, and well, if you cast it, you'll create a huge shockwave, killing entities around you or just throwing them away and letting them take in fall damage. So guys, we've covered sorcery spells. What's next? Well, why don't you stick around to find out? We'll be doing lightning spells. So if you haven't, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. The first lightning spell is Arc. It's a novice attack spell which simply fires a spark of lightning at the target you're pointing at. You can't shoot arcs in the air, just the targets. The second spell is Lightning Bolt. It's an advanced attack spell which causes a lightning bolt to strike upon anything you point at. Pretty effective, I must say. The third spell is Charge. It's an apprentice attack spell. It causes the caster to lunge rapidly in the direction you're pointing at, damaging and knocking back anything in their path. The fourth spell is Lightning Arrow. It's an apprentice projectile spell which shoots an arrow of lightning in the direction you're pointing at. The 15th spell is Lightning Ray. It's an apprentice attack spell which creates a stream of lightning in the direction you're pointing at. It costs 5 mana per cast per second. The sixth one on the list is Blinding Flash. It's an apprentice alteration spell which emits an intense flash of light that blinds all nearby creatures. What does this feel like? Well, cast the spell on yourself and check it out. The seventh spell is Lightning Sigil. It's an apprentice construct spell which places a magical trap on the ground which damages the creature that triggers it and chain lightning to other nearby creatures. The eighth spell is Homing Spark. It's an apprentice projectile spell. It creates a floating spark which moves towards enemies. It's pretty handy and really fun to play around with. The ninth spell is Spark Bomb. It's an apprentice projectile spell which launches a shock charge in the direction you're pointing at. It then releases sparks at nearby enemies on impact. The next spell is Chain Lightning. It's an advanced attack spell. It fires a spark of lightning at the target, which then chains to additional targets up to 2 times. The 11th spell on the list is Paralysis. It's an advanced alteration spell which delivers a powerful lightning bolt that paralyzes the target for 5 seconds. Paralyzed creatures cannot move but will still take damage, but too much will snap the creature out of paralysis. The 13th spell is Lightning Disc. It's an advanced projectile spell. It sends discs of lightning flying off in the direction you're pointed at, which seeks targets automatically. The 14th spell is actually really cool, and that's Storm Cloud. It's an advanced construct spell and it conjures a floating storm cloud wherever you're pointing at, which strikes lightning beneath it. The 15th spell is Invoke Weather. It's an advanced utility spell and it simply changes the weather of your current world. It costs 30 mana, so it's a win-win situation. So goodbye to commands and use this spell. The next spell is Summon Lightning Wraith. It's an advanced minion spell which summons a lightning wraith to fight for you. This will disappear for 30 seconds or if it is killed. Same for all other minion spells. The 17th spell is Lightning Pulse. It's an advanced attack spell which charges the ground around the caster with lightning, damaging and repelling nearby creatures. Now here we are with the master spells, and the 18th one is Lightning Web. It's a master attack spell and its description is something like this. Focus, channel the storm in your mind. Through your wand, unleash its fury. When you cast it, you'll be able to see that this is similar to Lightning Ray, but when caster mobs close to other entities, you'll see Chain Reaction. So I guess it's Lightning Ray and Chain Lightning combined. Either way, this makes a perfect master spell. The 19th spell is Summon Storm Elemental. It's a master minion spell which summons a creature called a Storm Elemental to your aid. This creature will use its lightning powers to shoot at harmful mobs. It will disappear in 30 seconds or when it is killed. The 20th spell is Thunderstorm. It's a master attack spell and it costs 100 mana. And I can tell you it's pretty damn powerful. When cast, you'll be able to call the heavens down upon your targets, or in other words, summon incredible lightning to strike your targets down. So now let us conclude lightning spells. 21st spell is Lightning Hammer. It's a master attack spell and this too also costs 100 mana. When cast, you'll be in for a shock. Electroblobs made this animation really epic and the model of the hammer that strikes your target down is by far the best. Also, if there's any entities nearby, the hammer will electrocute them, except the caster. We can also pick up the hammer with a special ring, but like I've mentioned, we'll be talking about rings in the end of this video. So now that we've completed lightning spells, let's move on to the last element, and that's healing. The first spell we have is, of course, Heal. It's a simple novice defense spell which heals the caster by 2 hearts. The second spell is Evade. It's a novice utility spell. It causes the caster to quickly jump sideways to dodge incoming attacks. This is super useful when you are combating with dangerous mobs or players for that matter. The third spell is Ward. It's a novice buff spell which grants the caster a shielding effect that reduces incoming magic damage for 30 seconds. The fourth one we have is Empowering Presence. It's an apprentice buff spell. It grants the caster and nearby allies increased magic damage for 30 seconds. The fifth spell we have is Mark Sacrifice. It's an apprentice alteration spell which marks the target as a divine sacrifice. So once you cast another magic spell onto that creature, the effect will be gone, but that spell would have done a greater damage than it normally would have done. Now the sixth spell on the list is Cure Effects. It's an apprentice defensive spell. So when you cast it, you'll be able to remove all potion effects currently affecting yourself, either good or bad. This surely beats carrying a milk bucket around, don't you think? The seventh spell is Oak Flash. It's an apprentice defense spell. If you cast it, you'll be able to improve your damage resistance for 30 seconds. The eighth spell is Replenish Hunger. It's an apprentice buff spell. It fills up the caster's food level by 3 hunger points. There's nothing like magic to fill up your appetite. The ninth spell on the list is Heal Ally. It's an apprentice defensive spell. So what it does is that it heals the target by 2.5 hearts, making it the ultimate solution to heal your target. The 10th spell is Invigorating Presence. It's an apprentice buff spell. It grants the caster and all nearby allies increased strength for 45 seconds. The 11th spell is Shield. It's an apprentice defensive spell, which creates a protective barrier of force that blocks projectiles and magic, and it also grants the caster a weak resistance effect. The 12th spell is Ray of Purification. It's an advanced attack spell which emits a ray of blinding light that damages and blinds its targets. Undead creatures take double damage and are set on fire. So, do you remember the first spell, Heal? Well, the 13th spell is Great to Heal. When cast, you can heal yourself by 4 hearts, which is really neat. Another cool spell, which the 14th spell is Transience. It's an advanced buff spell and it makes the caster transient for 20 seconds. The caster is immune to all damage while transient but cannot break or place blocks or cause any damage. The 16th spell is Radiant Totem. It creates a Radiant Totem which shoots a beam of light at nearby creatures, healing allies but damaging mobs. This lasts for 30 seconds. The 17th spell is Group Heal. It's an advanced defense spell which heals the caster and all nearby allies and summon creatures by 3 hearts. It costs 35 mana. The next spell is the 18th one and that's called Remove Curse. When cast, you can remove any curse currently affecting the caster. This comes in super handy if you're cursed with a curse like the Curse of Undeath. The 19th spell is Iron Flesh. It's an advanced defense spell which greatly improves the caster's damage resistance for 30 seconds. The 20th spell is Greater Ward. It's an advanced buff spell which grants the caster a strong shielding effect that reduces incoming magic damage for 30 seconds. The 21st spell is Force Field. It's an advanced defense spell and this spell will come in really good use when you are in trouble. When cast, you'll be able to create a force field around the caster which repels creatures and deflects projectiles. The 22nd Unreaching Masters is Diamond Flesh. It's a master defense spell and it gives you a strong resistance, especially against arrows. The 23rd spell is Celestial Smite. It's a master attack spell which costs 100 mana. When cast, you'll be able to call the power of the sun to your aid, strike down your targets and set them alight. The 24th spell is Font of Vitality. It's a master defense spell and according to its description, yes, it does feel amazing. So what Font of Vitality does is that it gives you regeneration 2 for 14 seconds and absorption 3 for 60 seconds. Much more like a golden apple, don't you think? Now here we come to the last spell, the 26th one, and I've saved the best for last. That's Resurrection. What does it do? Well, it's hard to tell by yourself. If you cast it, it does nothing. If done on a player, it will save their life. Wanna see how you can do that too? Well, let's move on to the bonus part of this video. So here we are in the bonus. There are 4 items to showcase and these all can be found in loot chests. The first one is the Amulet of Immortality. To get it working, you must have it in your inventory and have your wand with the spell of Resurrection. To check how it works, get yourself killed and there you go! Another button called Resurrect, just like magic. we have the Void Opal, and it's related to the Black Hole spell. Have this item in your inventory and cast that black hole. Now look at all your blocks just disappear into nowhere. This also works with mobs as well as blocks. And here we have the Cursed Town. Have it in your inventory and summon your zombies or skeletons fearlessly in the daylight. You'll see that they now spawn with leather caps to protect themselves from the sunlight. Items is the Ring of Thalak, the Almighty. Again, have it in your inventory and summon the lightning hammer. Then right click on it. You can actually hold the hammer and it's huge but pretty epic. Also, when you walk, it slows you down. Hit a mob and it'll do some pretty heavy damage. Items and you want more, and believe me, there are plenty, then comment down below and I'll consider making another video. And that's it for now, guys. If you've made it here at the end of the video, good on you. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to help us out. Also, turn on notifications by hitting the bell icon. Oh, and by the way, let me remind you that we are everywhere. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Planet Minecraft, Reddit and Discord. All links to everything in the description. Make sure to follow us there. Now that's it. Stay safe and have a good day. You'll be sure to see us really soon.